specific, any man upon whom is the mark. He said, and begin at my sanctuary. That began with us. Then they began at the ancient men, which would be before the house, man. Better understand, man. There'll be a whole lot of people put to death behind not following what it is that we're supposed to be following in the second greatest of the commandments, man. Which is just as important as the first commandment, and love the Most High, and loving thy neighbor as thyself. This is serious, man. 1 Corinthians 14. And a lot of these scriptures, man, are known, but they have to be reviewed over, because it's very important that we see this, man. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. That all things be done decently and in order. This is real, man. That all things be done decently and in order. You done heard the order of the Most High, which is His commandments, which is His laws, that we done went over all day long and all night long, last night. That's why I say, look, 1 Corinthians 13, since we in Corinthians, verse 9. Listen, but we know in part. Ain't nobody got it all together. Or tell me this, are you capable of teaching us 1,000 years to take the MASHAYACH place? He gonna teach us for 1,000 years. I would say we know in part and we prophesy in part. He gave none of this to no one man or no one camp or no one church or no one congregation, not at all, man. He said we know in part and we prophesy in part. He said, but when that which is perfect is come, when a MASHAYACH come back to set up righteousness on this earth, then that which is in part, that we are knowing in part, shall be done away. Gonna be done away, man. Gonna be done away. We know in part, y'all. Look at verse 13. And now abide the faith in the Most High, hope, charity, which is love, these three. But the greatest of these is charity, man. Charity, man. First Corinthians 13 and 4. Charity suffereth long suffering, and is kind. Charity envieth not. Say the greatest of these is charity, man. It's love, man. Charity vaunteth not itself. Ain't puffed up. It's not puffed up. There it go. You know, these scriptures are just coming back to me as I'm reading them. I'm not looking at them, but it's just, you know, I've been through it. Does not behave itself unseemly. Seeketh not her own. Is not easily provoked. Thinketh no evil. Rejoices not in iniquity. Don't care about no wickedness. Ain't being happy to see wickedness go down. Therefore, it makes you sad to see iniquity, especially in our nation, man. But rejoices in the truth. Rejoices in the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. We know what the truth is. Psalms 119, 142. Let's sing it together, class. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. And the MASHAYACH came back as the truth to show us how to be an example of how we can keep the laws of the Most High, because He did. Beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things that are true. Charity never faileth. But whether there be prophecies, you're prophesying what's going to happen in the future, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, speaking in different languages, they shall cease to be coming out of your mouth. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. It shall vanish away, man. That's why He said, verse 13, and now by the faith, hope, charity, these three. But the greatest of these is charity, which is love, man. And we know that love is keeping of the Most High's commandments. His commandment to say, love thy neighbor as thyself. That's what we're looking at. Point blank. Ephesians, the 6th chapter. Look at verse 5. It says servants. We the servants of the Most High. The Israelites. Anybody know how you prove that? We the servants? What scripture proves that we the servants? Help me out now. What scripture proves that we are the servants of the Most High? Anyone know? What scripture proves that when it says servants, right? Servants. What scripture proves that we are the servants? Right to the point. Anyone? Okay. Isaiah 44:21. Right to the point. Remember these, O Jacob and Israel, for thou art my servant. See? So the Israelites are the servants of the Most High. When you see here in the New Testament, that's why you got to know the Old Testament to understand the New Testament. That's why I keep telling y'all, man, there's no New Testament. It's only the law and the prophets. But anyone that walked the earth that are scribing here his words, they had the law and the prophets only. That's what they read in the sanctuary, the synagogue every Sabbath day, man. The law and the prophets. Now Ephesians 6:5. Servants, who are the Israelites. Matter of fact, you can go to Ephesians 1, show you who it's talking to. In all the books of this New Testament that Paul is writing. Paul, an apostle of YAHAWASHI, this is Ephesians 1:1. By the will of the Most High to the saints, can't get no clearer than that, which are at Ephesus, and to the faithful in the MASHAYACH that's rolling by SHAM MASHAYACH. To the saints. Who the saints? To the saints. Y'all gotta, that's why I say, when you don't understand this Bible and the fact that it's talking to the children of Israel, and y'all done made it talk to everybody, y'all liars, man. Who the saints? Y'all go to these scriptures in the New Testament and get everybody docile, man, and disillusioned. Look, this proof of who the saints are. Psalms 148:14. He also exalted the horn, which is the power of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, who are we, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Most High. You see? So the saints are the 12 tribes of Israel. No matter where you go, it's going to say to the saints. And it says grace, and grace is only to the Israelites. When you read Wisdom of Solomon 3:9 and Wisdom of Solomon 4:15, it says his grace and mercy is to his saints. Just like we just read who the saints are. So the grace and mercy is to the 12 tribes of Israel. Point blank. That's easy. Figure it out. But might not be the sum because y'all have other, motives in mind. Going back to Ephesians 6, it says servants, who are the Israelites, be obedient to them that are your masters, meaning teachers, according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, in singleness of your heart, your mind, as unto a MASHAYACH. He said, not with eye service as men pleasers, pleasing men pleasers, Y'all got to stand up and be men. And men that stand up and be men against those that want people to be, under them, being, masters over them, like we in slavery or something, or you all that, trying to be somebody in here, like I say, by vain words, trying to be something when you nothing. Or what number are you at 144,000? What number are you to 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel? What number are you of the righteous? If thou can say. I ain't got no answer for no one. That's why we got to humble ourselves, man, before the Most High visit us. He visiting this earth right now. Straight up, man. He said, not with eye service as men pleasers, but as the service of the MASHAYACH, doing the will of the Most High from the heart. Doing the will of the Most High, man, from the heart. They talk about, they try and use this as you got to be obedient to your masters, man, that have us in slavery, that treat us like nothing, less than nothing. Why they less than nothing and be like a spittle, as the word says. Isaiah 40:17, 15. 2 Ezra 6:54 down. Read it for yourself. But down at the top, we talk about our people. 12 tribes of Israel. The leaders that's over our people. From there, let's look at Philippians, the second chapter. Philippians, the second chapter. Let's look at, start at verse 1. Philippians 2:1. Don't forget what Willie Lynch letter said. This is what it said. Philippians 2:1. If there be therefore any consolation in the MASHAYACH, SHAM, if any comfort of love, which you know is keeping up the Most High's commandments, and compassion one toward another, if any fellowship of the Spirit, if any bowels and mercies, fulfill ye my joy, that ye may be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. So let nothing be done through strife, arguing with each other, or vainglory, man. It's worthless in this world, man. We in hell. And you're trying to beat somebody in hell. Vainglory, worthless glory. And a lot of times you get the glory, man, and the Most High ain't even talked about in your glory that you're receiving and want to get on this earth, man. Show me where brothers are bringing forth the Most High, the Most High, the Most High, the Most High, the Most High. Who gonna be all in all, all in all, all in all, all in all? Who is this all about, man? Not us. So we done made them cry. Being wicked. Majority of us, 2/3, you know, is double 1/3. That's gonna be redeemed, man. He said, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, man, but in lowliness of mind. That's humility. Let each esteem other better than themselves. It takes a certain spirit to do this. To uplift someone better than yourself. I'm talking about we that's in this truth, man. Esteem other better than themselves. Not always looking to try and put our brothers down and hating on each other, man. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others, man. So let this mind be in you, which was also in a MASHAYACH, YAHAWASHI. Look on the things that others have, man. Let this mind be in you, which is also in a MASHAYACH, YAHAWASHI. Who being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, meaning they had the same mindset as we got to have the same mindset, as you done heard within this lesson. But made himself of no reputation, so ain't no vainglory there. Because he would heal people and say, don't tell nobody I did it. Think about that. He would heal people and say, hey, don't tell nobody I did it. He want nobody to know he did it. But made himself of no reputation and took upon him the form of a servant and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in the fashion as a man, he humbled himself. This is a problem that a lot of people have in humbling themselves. Because your pride, man, gonna send you straight to hell, man, if you don't humble yourself. That's why I say, man, why you got a problem with your brothers, man? I mean, and I appreciate every brother that's in this truth, man. Bringing forth the knowledge and understanding of our people to bring them out of darkness, man. The angels, man, are rejoicing with everyone that learned this truth, man. And here we are looking at, they over there bringing the truth out. We got a problem with them bringing it out. That's just like the apostles, man. They came to MASHAYACH and said, we found one casting out devils in thy name. In the name of MASHAYACH, doing the works. And we forbade him. Why? Because he ain't rolling with us. That's like he ain't in our camp. He ain't in our congregation. He ain't in our church. And MASHAYACH said, forbade them not. For if they're not against us, they're far apart, man. Come on. Verse 7. He said, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant. A servant, man. It was made in the likeness of men, just like all of us, man. And being found in the fashion as a man, he humbled himself. He had to humble himself, man. Look how he went in the temple on the Passover and threw over the money tables. That's their money, man. Ran all the livestock out of all their money out of the church, man. And being